Hi, I'm back again for another video. We're going to continue on with playing our Ghoul Arcane Blade. And where we last left off, we just finished the maze, we did a bunch of the newbie dungeons, we did Old Forest, and I think what we're going to go on to next is the Sandworm Lair, which can be a really interesting dungeon to do as a ghoul since we have reduced speed. Thankfully, we have a whole bunch of abilities that'll teleport us around, so we'll never have to walk through the dungeon. We're going to teleport everywhere. It's pretty much the only safe way you can do it as a ghoul. These dual... This is an adventurer group? Oh yeah, they're adventurers. They're not Ziggurat Patrol. So we have a Corruptor, and it looks like some kind of a dual-wield, maybe rogue type enemy. Somehow I unequipped my helmet. Alright, that wasn't too bad for an adventurer pack. So the Sandworm Lair, we'll probably be able to use a lot more of the potential items we could get from here, from the chests. Teleport. And the teleport can still potentially land you into dangerous situations. It's just that most of the time it'll probably land you in a room or right at the edge of a room. Just, you know, law of averages and what have you. There's more actual floor space than there is not. But again, you don't want to get caught in a hallway, and more so than with any other type of character, you can't really take risks going down tunnels that you don't know for 100% sure are safe, because you can very, very, very easily get caught in a tunnel and die. This can potentially be a really nice place to go to as an undead, since the enemies here have a pretty high chance to drop runes. Sometimes you'll leave with something nice, most of the time you won't, but it is one of the first places that you have a reasonably high chance of getting a shielding rune at that isn't, you know, like a shop or something, so... Where is the exit? Have I not found it? Oh, I see. It's in the same room that I came in at. That's why I haven't found it yet. Okay, we didn't find anything useful here. Just, vendor junk, a vision rune, which might be nice if we didn't have so many sources of teleport, but really isn't necessary. Vision runes can be kind of okay for here. Like, if you have really bad luck finding a teleport rune, you can use a vision rune to try and plot out the area around you. But it's one of those runes that just doesn't really have a whole lot of uses, in my opinion. And feel free to prove me wrong if anybody has some documented in-game use for a vision rune that isn't something to keep in your inventory just in case, you know. Especially when you consider that there's so many other ways to get, you know, area vision. Oh. Yeah, and that's one of those events that can just occasionally happen where you'll get dumped into the least advantageous place possible. I think we've explored all of the floor at this point now, so we just need to get a path. There we go. Nothing really here either. Oh. It's like that scene in Indiana Jones, except with sand walls and a lot more lethal. What? It's a gelatinous cube. How can a gelatinous cube be a solipsist? I demand a recount. Wow, he really is hurting the shit out of me. Holy shit. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh. Solipsist enemies, they're just really hard to deal with. Okay, we've gained a level, so what do we do with it? Put some points into dexterity so we can use some new daggers. There's such a wide variety of things we could spend points on now, like, we're going to want to get shielding to max soon, but we haven't found any other shielding runes, so I've kind of been putting it off. Displacement shield we're going to want to max out eventually, because it's going to be really nice for survivability. And we're going to want to get armor training up so we can start using heavy armor soon. I'm going to go with shielding for now. I want to get it to level 5 pretty quickly, because once you get it to level 5, it increases the duration of shields by 1 point. Used to be 1 turn increase per point, which was really nice, but a little too nice because archmages, skeletal archmages, could actually perma-shield with it. needless to say, that was a little overpowered. And the Sandworm Queen is right in the entrance. Now, Flame Shock here is a great ability. It has kind of a long cooldown, but it hits everything in a huge cone, and stuns for 7 turns. I usually don't get this, and I don't know why I usually don't get this, because it's kind of amazing. Now I'm starting to see why my Arcane Blades never get very far. Oh. It's not a good enemy to have in a tunnel. That's pretty decent. So once again, it looks like we're going to leave the Sandworm Lair with nothing, not even a rune. That sucks. It's always worth it to do it for the Sandworm Queen's Heart, but that was brutal. That was just brutal. Now, from here, we can go on to Daikara, we could do Storm Peaks, or we could do some of the other optional dungeons first. I think I'm going to do Storm Peaks here in a couple of minutes, or maybe later. I'm trying to reduce the length of these videos. I'd like to keep them closer to the 15-minute mark, so it's easier to get through them and put them immediately down. So I think I'm going to start limiting myself to like 1 dungeon or 2 dungeons and sort of keep it in the 15-minute range. So I'm going to wrap this video up here, and I'm just going to go to the Apprentice Mage's town and see if they have any items there that are any good. Maybe some runes, because I can't really wait much longer to get runes until I get to 25 like I'd really like to before going to the Anglewind shop, because right now we're kind of stuck with a 100-point shield rune and it's not cutting it at all. Not a single shield rune. I think we can still do good with this playthrough. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult from here. Anyway, I'm going to pick up this next video, and we're going to do Storm Peaks and kill Urkus. Thanks for watching.